Most people do not realize that what it takes to do well in school is the same thing that it takes to do well in the gym and get good results from working out. So let me tell you about that. When I started college, I wasn't happy with myself. I didn't really do too well in high school. I didn't show up for a lot of projects, or I would straight up skip assignments over and over again. I forgot about them and things just slipped me by. It was really easy for me to not write down things and keep track of them. And sometimes, even when I did assignments, I would lose them. And the reason why is because I have attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD. A lot of other people have ADD, which is similar but has some differences. But across these two, there are great superpowers that you get, and then also some weaknesses that you get because of it. So I'll just start with superpowers for a second. When I did start doing something, I'd be able to hone in my focus and really just completely go in on it. So there'd be times I would procrastinate for weeks on doing a big paper, and I would just push it off. And the day before, I'd be like, oh my God, I need to do this thing or else I'm screwed. So I'd sit down to do it, and I'd finally start doing the research and reading about it. And it'd be painful, but I'd be able to rip through it in literally one day. An assignment that people would spend 2 weeks on, just methodically doing an hour and a half, hour every day, just calmly working on it. Now, obviously that isn't the best way to do it, and it's very stressful, but I would rely on that superpower of being able to just hone in and do really intense work at the last minute, and it would save me for basically all of my classes. So all through high school, that was basically the strategy that I did. And when I got to college, well, first, I didn't get into the colleges that I really wanted to because like what I'm saying, I wasn't the best student like that. And because of that, I definitely had a chip on my shoulder, and I went into college thinking, I'm going to do better. I'm going to not be the way that I was. I want to work on stuff every day. I don't want to just wait until the last minute and save myself every time. So I started out and I was doing things much differently. When I get a homework assignment, simplified down to a really simple system. I just had a planner, and for every day I wrote down the 2 to 4 things that I was going to accomplish. Normally it was just the homework assignments for the class. And by actually doing my homework on an everyday basis, I started to extend that learning process from being cramming and writing papers and things, everything last minute, to being more so when you get good results at the gym. So let's just talk about that analogy for a second. I go to the gym a lot. The reason why people go to the gym often is because you get much better results if you go consistently distributed over a longer period of time. So the person who goes to the gym, let's just say once a month, and just works themselves out so hard that everything is dead and they're just exhausted and they're finished and they basically quit the gym until the next month, that person's only going 12 times a year. Whereas there might be another person who is going to the gym 3 times a week, and they try to go every other day. Sometimes they miss it, sometimes they make it, but over the course of a year, they're going 150 times. And even if their workouts are 1/3 the efficiency of the other person's workouts, they're going to get much better results. So the analogy there is with studying, a lot of people try to, and I was one of those people, a lot of people try to just lock in for a class right before the midterm, right before the final, right when you get handed a big assignment, they procrastinate on it and try to do it last minute. Yes, in easier classes and in things that don't challenge you that much, you're going to be able to get by. You might even be able to excel, right? But once you get to something that really pushes you to your limits, maybe you're picking a hard major, or you're in a major and you're rising up to more challenging classes, that style of just relying on your superpower of being able to just tunnel vision in and focus at the last minute because you have all the pressure on you and you have no other option, that's not going to serve you well. What will serve you well is having a better set of habits of consistency, similar to the person who's getting good results from working out at the gym.